and he gets the knee injury, and we'll see. I mean, I think there's a future there. He looked pretty good in the preseason and got a few carries in the regular season, but, here's a guy that if he hangs in long enough could probably show the NFL that he could be durable. But we're out there lining up now. We have a third-string quarterback in there now. We have some of the lined up at the 50, but going right around, this is going to be Potempa, I believe. Potempa's met hard at the line of scrimmage.
Hey, some of the threes need snaps too, Andy.
Well, I know.
The threes need snaps, man. Let the threes get out there, have some fun. Their families are here. Their girlfriends are here. They got to go out and play some plays.
Jack Kennedy, by the way, is the quarterback, number 18.
And this is where you guys come in.
So he's a walk-on, trying to find his way to having full-time status with the team in the fall.
Fits the build a little bit he can move and can throw a little bit. We have watched him in practice, but he'll hand off to Potempa up the middle. Potempa's a guy that saw some a little bit of playing time last year. In situational games, a lot of these guys, their names are going to come up on the special teams, something we don't make a big deal out of, Andy, but special teams are a big part of it.
Yeah, usually at this point in the spring game, we get some opportunities to talk about some other questions about the first-string guys.
Well, one of the guys I didn't see out there, and maybe we can find out from Sam, I did not see Martell Webb lined up out there. Another guy, when you look at somebody who needs to come out, and we talked about Kevin Koger as the White moves the change up with tempo again. We talked about Kevin Koger. Him and Webb came out looking extremely cut this year and filled.
Definitely.
But I haven't seen Webb out there.
I haven't seen Webb, but he's got the body. I'm telling you, Koger and Webb. I mean, those look like some just dynamite tight ends, and hopefully they can make some plays for it this year and block. We need tight ends that can block too. Haven't had those guys in a while.
Long time, at least 6 years.
The quarterback rolling right under pressure, and he's going to elude and be sacked right about the line of scrimmage or yard shy, so there'll be a sack. But again, some of the guys we didn't see today, but they seem to be in uniform. You talk about Mike Martin was down there. We saw him in uniform. We saw Ryan Van Bergen didn't line up out there. So the guys out there that you expect to be there that weren't.
I would have loved to hear you guys talking crap about me out there on the field during the flag football.
Well, I took great pleasure in it.
Unfortunately for you, you were about the only one we could recognize from you because we didn't know you were going to not have numbers.
Right.
We couldn't hear
maybe next year we can get them.
Big completion down the field to Potempa. He's been the MVP of the third strings, and he's completion down to the 5-yard line. And nice throw down there, just got in behind the defense. So that'll bring up first and goal. The white team up 45-22 in this contest. And we were pretty nice to you, Minnery, like I said. And I think you purposely tried to throw it in the corner of the end zone just to show you could throw a fade route.
I was just trying to remind people, it doesn't matter what you do the first 5 possessions. It's how you do in the last possession when the game is on the line is when it counts.
So Kennedy is...
I'm sure you didn't mention the 2 drops in the end zone I had.
Kennedy's going to fake the handoff.
A good quarterback doesn't blame his wide receivers for their failures.
I'm blaming them today.
Boy, I could see you out at the press conference. If my wide receivers would have caught it, we would have won the darn game.
Well, I thought it was
every single coach would have just fallen flat on their face.
You did the 7-step drop. You had no rush. You had your feet set. You looked like a quarterback. You had the head going, the shoulders swiveling, and there was really, you could have just stood still, but you did a good job. And you sold us. You looked like a quarterback out there. Potempa,
looking the part anyway.
Potempa brought down as he was trying to sniff some end zone, but that time he was brought down. The white trying to punch it in. The third string, that was Brandon Smith, the safety that's made the play there. And Brandon Smith's another one of them young guys that could factor into some playing time.
He became the first Michigan spring practice player, though, Andy, to throw for a touchdown and return an interception for a touchdown at the same time.
Picked off Ron Bellamy's pass.
And Kennedy fumbles the snap, something that you don't want to see out there. And the one thing I've noticed on the offensive line here is we're not seeing too much. I don't know if you're seeing a defined third-string offensive line. You're seeing a lot of these guys that are interchangeable, and I think you're going to see that depth. You see Dan O'Neill. Remember, you had 6 guys redshirt last year that are going to come in and contribute to this offensive line.
Oh, the other thing, too, in spring ball, just the pure numbers, you really don't have as many guys to have 3 solid teams on that third team. So a lot of times you'll see that second and a few third-teamers sharing that third time. But anyways, well, hey, guys, I'm going to take off. I got to get going, spend some family time, and get down with my son down at the stadium. But this was a blast. It's a great event, great venue here Coach Rodriguez has started.
I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to guess there's going to be a trick play coming up. So, Andy, you want to stay for one more play before you head down. You hate to be going down the stairs if that happens. So.
Well, Minner, we appreciate your time up here in the booth. How did you get that? What is that? Anyways.
Better luck to you next year, though.
All right.
Andy.
Yeah. I think next year
football.
you're going to see a lot of players because they're going to hear about the success it was today. A lot of players will come back, and the players that probably could have played just I don't want to do that. They'll probably play next year. It'll be a lot of fun.
Hopefully you'll learn from your mistakes and be able to come back.
First teamer's back in. Forsey's going to fake the handoff twice. Drop back, looking downfield. Roundtree wide open. Lays it in there. He's going in the end zone for a touchdown.
Wow, I like that. I like that pass.
Dropped it right in his hands as he beat the defender. And, guys, the freshman gets it done. Both of them, the redshirt freshman and Tate Forcier. Good thing you stayed up here. You would have missed that.
That was the play you were talking about. We'll see you, fellas. Have fun.
Andy, thanks a lot.
All
good job today.
See you this season.
All right. Andy Minnery, part of our crew on the countdown to kick off our Monday morning quarterback. We might get him on Monday morning or sometime this week. I'll give you a call, Andy. We'll try to get you on and talk about this on the Michigan Insider. But the extra point is up and good, 51-25. I think that's going to make it 52-25. And good throw there, Steve, as Roundtree got behind the defense and broke it through. That was a 50-yard play from scrimmage.
I think that's what the fans have been waiting to see all along. We didn't get to see that in 2008 at all. And wanted to see if this kid can throw over the top. And this kid threw over the top. And he hit his guy on target, and Roy Roundtree. The defense was fooled there. And they got 6. So, again, I think people are going to come away feeling pretty good about Tate Forcier right now.
I go back to last year's spring game, and, again, it was at...
Hey, guys, you copy me?
Yeah, we got you, Sam. What's up?
Hey, let me know if we have any problems. I got Mike Hart here, the all-time leading rusher for the University of Michigan. Mike, before we talk about Michigan, people want to know just how Mike Hart is doing right now. We know he had a little setback on the field. How you doing along?
I'm good, man. No setbacks at all. You know, everyone says they're always ahead of schedule, but I'm a little bit ahead of schedule, and things are good. I'll be good for a little bit of time, and we'll see what happens. I don't know about mini camps. I'll definitely be ready by the start of the season, though.
And so you getting back with Barwis, Indy?
Oh yeah, I was back here early. I just left actually. I was here before I had to go back to Indy for off-season workouts. So I've been working out with Barwis and all the guys up there, and I'll be back again in June.
Okay, so man, clearly some guys that came up under you, Brandon Minor, Carlos Brown, it's their year, it's their show. They're seniors now, and they look like they're accepting the challenge, man. Have you talked to them any?
Yeah, I talk to those guys all the time, especially Carlos. Me and Carlos are real. I hosted Carlos on his visit here. So we've been real close ever since then, and, they're ready. They're ready for the season. Brandon's ready to have a great year. Carlos, they both have to stay healthy. If they both stay healthy, then they're going to get it done.
Now, last one, Mike, you come back and support these guys. A lot of former players back. You see all the fans out here. Looks like people didn't jump off ship like everybody thought they would.
Exactly. It's great. That's the fan base we have, and everyone's looking for a great year. They're going to at least get one more year. You know what I mean? And they're going to do great this year. There's no question in my mind, and I'm glad to see all the support.
This is the last one, Mike. What, as a former player, as a guy who meant a lot to this program, what's a reasonable expectation in terms of achievement on the field for this team?
They at least got to win 8 games this year. And I think they can. They know they can. They have talent. I think they understand the system now. I think that was the biggest thing. They had to buy into the system, and they're going to do great. There's no question in my mind they're going to win 8 games this year. We'll probably win more.
All right, Mike, thanks a lot. Back up to you guys.
All right, thanks, Sam. As the second-team offense not able to solve the defense this time, and right now we'll see which offense they bring out here. Andy Evans alongside Steve Clark, Sam Webb on the field. Thanks to Andy Minnery once again. Good to have him back in the booth. And, the crowd, I'm trying to get a confirmation on what this crowd is at, Steve, but I think as some people may have left right now or some people still hanging around, it's certainly, I would say, close to 40,000, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think they're in the ballpark. Whether they get there or they don't get there, they can get in the ballpark and be very close to that. And we're coming up on a couple of new series of plays and also another special guest, Andy, that we're miking up right now.
That's right. The guy that said, no way Andy Minnery will be quarterback in my team, Jerry Hanlon, joining us in the booth right now. Coach, how are you?
Well, I'm not feeling very good. I had great plays all drawn up, and no great players to run them. No, I had a lot. Hey, Andy did a nice job, didn't he? He threw the ball like he knew what he was doing. It was a lot of fun to see the guys back here.
He joked on the field because he takes nothing away from his time in Michigan. He said, hey, it was Coach that moved me to a tight end, then he's got me in at quarterback. He said, this is my chance to show him.
Jerry, you've been retired for about 15 years.